So, welcome. My interview guest today is Judith Cerit from Munich. And Judith, why don't you introduce yourself just quick?
Yeah, my name is actually Judith Perez Velasquez. That's my maiden name, and but now I go by Judith Cerit, and I am from the Technical University of Munich. So I come from Mexico,
Yeah.
from Mexico City, and I did my undergraduate studies in mathematics. Very much early knew that I wanted to do applied mathematics to biology, and so when I was looking for a postgraduate degree, I looked at different places. In fact, I consider Canada as an option.
Yeah.
So I did my PhD at the University of Nottingham under the supervision of Helen Byrne. And
That's where I met Helen.
Yeah.
When she was in Nottingham.
Yeah, she was in Nottingham before, and John King. So I had two supervisors.
Yes, okay.
Then after my PhD, I stayed in the UK for a couple of years. I did a postdoc at the University of Warwick in two different projects. One in also has to do with cancer. Since 2009, I'm in Germany. First, I was working at a research center. Actually, I worked there for a long time, for almost 10 years.
So which one?
It's the Helmholtz. It's one of the Helmholtz. So in Germany, we have different research centers. So research happens a lot in institutions outside the university.
Right. Okay.
And and then later I had the chance to go to the University of Munich, where I completed my habilitation. And
I had did a habilitation too.
Yeah.
Like they do in Germany.
Yes, as you do in Germany.
Yeah.
I wanted to do a degree in Germany as well.
Yeah.
So I was able to do that. And in fact, there are not many people from my country who have done that. And I'm, in fact,
Probably not.
Yeah,
no.
I'm the first Mexican woman to have completed that.
There we go.
Yeah.
Hey, it's history. Yeah, that's very nice. Yeah. Awesome.
And I started focusing more on data science. And this is what I'm doing now. So I am doing more research to do with applications in the field of data science and artificial intelligence.
Yeah, very interesting. That's an interesting story. And now you're at the TU Munich, right?
Yeah, I'm affiliated since I finished the habilitation. So in Germany, you are considered as
Yeah, right. You can keep an affiliation. Oh, very nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. So you mentioned data. So what interests you in this data science? Do you have specific data you're working with? Or?
Yeah, so over different projects. In fact, in Munich, one institute, which was my institute, it was the Institute of Mathematical Biology. So we were there kind of like serving the other institutes for any questions they may have that could be answered with mathematics. Yeah, so it was very common for us to work with data, to work with experimentalists.
That's really interesting. Research. Yeah, nice. Yeah. So coming back to cancer, so are there any cancer data you're working with right now?
Yeah, so it's going to have data because it's going to be a database approach. And we want to focus on a particular cancer, which is the one that is caused by the papillomavirus. So that eventually goes into producing cervical cancer. But I'm interested in the process of the early detection. So what do we need to know from the patients, and how far back do we need to go to produce models that predict very early, like we are talking about years in advance, whether cancer will appear eventually.
Okay. Yeah. Now, what kind of models, what kind of methods do you use to deal with the data?
So in this particular case, I'm very interested in models that are explainable, like, for example, random forests that allowed us to see what happens during the process. It's literally, you can see in the diagram all the steps that happen. So the algorithm actually came up with that answer.
So Judith, I know you are active in lots of women in science or women in math kind of societies. So maybe can you tell me from your point of view, how is it as a woman in this area, and maybe have things changed over the years?
Yeah, this is a topic which is very important to me. I didn't come across this issue early in my career. I honestly didn't notice that there was some sort of like unproportionate amount of women with respect to the amount of men that were in this area. until actually I came to the UK and eventually to Germany, I realized how obviously proportionate it is.
Yeah.
And I realized that at the same time, however, there are several things that one could do, and there are several programs that try to explore this and try to target, more importantly, to level up this issue.
So would you like to highlight a program maybe you're thinking
Yeah,
about?
so there is one of the earliest ones I participated on is called 1,000 Girls, 1,000 Futures, which is an American program actually. And there, what one plays a role of a mentor, because they realize that what is very important is to have role models. So if the girls at the early age do not see role models, they don't think that as an option at all. So it's very important to portray that there are women working in this area, and it's important to connect them with them. So it was about connecting one girl with one mentor. So I was a mentor there, so I had a mentee, and I will explain her what I do for a living, how I use mathematics, and try to explain her how it will look like if one chooses this as a career.
I think Helen Byrne was probably important in your career.
Yeah,
right?
in that case, I think so. I had the luck to have two supervisors, and one of them was a female supervisor. So it was, it really marked my career. Particularly, I remember Helen when she was my PhD supervisor. She had just had one of her children, and she will bring it to the department and was walking around with the baby. And I thought it was really nice that she was also part of her career. And I tried to carry out that as well. And once I became also a mother, I always try to involve my children and involve that part of my life.
Just be natural about it, right?
Yeah.
It's wonderful. Would you have advice for young women, or maybe also young men who like to enter this area, where to focus on, or what the interesting topics are?
So I think that the field of mathematical oncology has changed over the years, and I think that now we have seen in all the talks, in all the presentations over this thematic program, that it has moved from starting as a relatively theoretical kind of side to really working with experimentalists, to really working with their data, to understand their issues, to offer them different hypotheses, even experiments. So I will suggest to be open-minded and to try to learn their language.
Yeah, very nice. So I think we covered a lot of things. So thank you very much for your interview.
Thank you.
Great pleasure.
Yeah, for me as well.